Welcome back to I Did This Instead of Killing Myself, State of Comedy, lifestyle podcast. I host here out of my apartment. My name is David Bakker. It is the week of June 14th. Hope you have a good start to your Monday. My guest today is Ryan Rubin. Ryan is pride of New Jersey. Moved down to South Carolina here a few years ago, and he's been doing comedy for several years. Ryan is a good friend of mine here in town, and we had a great conversation. Learned a lot about his background coming from New Jersey, what the stand-up scene is like up there, and how it's different down here. Talked about when he crapped his pants at the Barnes & Noble, and kind of got to hear his philosophy in comedy. He's more of a storyteller guy, very entertaining, and if you have the chance to check him out locally, I highly recommend you do that, or very least check out his TikTok. He's been banned a couple of times because of some of his videos, but yeah, he's awesome. So check out Ryan. Before we get to the interview, here's what's happening in local comedy this week, the week of June 14th. Tonight we have Coffee Underground, 7 o'clock. That's run by Craig Holcomb and Tom Emmons. Get there a little bit before that if you're a comic, no cover charge. At 8 o'clock, Habiba's Mediterranean Restaurant off of Haywood Road. Dante Anderson runs that mic. That starts a little bit after 8 o'clock. If you're a comic, you could do both of those mics. Tuesday night, we have the rooftop mic here at my place. That's back on this week. 8 o'clock, just DM me if you want to come. BYOB, no cover. Wednesday night, Radio Room, we have the open mic on again, hosted by Adam Schulte. Again, 8 o'clock start. Show up a little bit early if you're a comic, no cover charge. Thursday night, Jokes Out Loud at the Comedy Zone. No contest this week. So, yeah, if you're a comic, show up early. And actually, I think they just switched to online signups. So if you want to participate in that, make sure you go online, Jokes Out Loud, follow their Instagram page, and you can find them there. Friday night, got a couple of shows to highlight for you. The Liberty Joke Show. This is a new clean comedy show on Friday nights at 8 o'clock. Pickens County Performing Arts Center, Friday at 8 o'clock. It's $10 admission. And again, it's a all clean comedy show. The other mics I mentioned, I can't guarantee that. So Friday night, if you want to go to a clean, family-friendly comedy show, I guess bring the kids. Friday, 8 o'clock, Tom Emmons and I believe Tommy Donovan. They're the guys I know that are involved with that show, so feel free to reach out to them. And then lastly, a celebrity comic, Mike Marino, is going to be at the Comedy Zone on Friday and Saturday. He's also, like our guest, a New Jersey comic. So I haven't seen him before, but hopefully I'm sure he's funny. And tickets are $15. So that's Friday and Saturday at the Comedy Zone. All right, that's it for local comedy. Here's the interview. Hope you enjoy it. All right, you ready, Ryan? Welcome back to I Did This Instead of Killing Myself. Interview with Ryan Rubin. Thanks for coming, Ryan.
Saturday morning, we here doing it. 25 years ago, I'd probably be watching cartoons right now.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Saturday morning, we don't always shoot these on Saturday morning. You just went to the bathroom twice?
Yeah,
You like to stay hydrated?
That's right. You got it.
Full good.
Ain't it fucked up to say like 25 years ago you were watching cartoons?
Yeah. What was your favorite Saturday morning cartoon?
Dude, I watched a lot of violent stuff. Like okay. I guess like Ninja Turtles and like wrestling and that's not even cartoons, but I don't know, like you remember the show Kablam?
No.
Oh, it was like I don't know, man.
Was that Nickelodeon?
I think so. It was like a fucking comic book, and it had like a bunch of little little episodes in it. There was like a dude who like hangs out on a toilet, and I don't know. I'm going to
Google this because it sounds really good.
Yeah, it's called Kablam. It's some trash.
It sounds familiar. Do you remember what network it was on?
I think Nickelodeon.
It sounds like Nickelodeon.
And, now, like, my daughter, she's 5, and the cartoon she watches, I'm like, there's no violence no more. They're trying to calm these kids down. Like she's watching like Puppy Dog Pals.
Dude, or zonk them out. I feel like, I mean, I don't have a kid, obviously, but do you feel like the cartoons now are like, I don't know, they're just bright colors and like, I don't know. I see things on Netflix now where they're just trying to get the kids to like just quiet down and watch the screen.
Possibly. And
I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong on this.
I mean, my daughter, she can't sit still for nothing. She'll sit for a show for like 3 minutes and then want to like run off somewhere and make you play. She'll cook you something, and then next thing you know, she's got a ball out, and the next thing you know, she's got her bike in the house. And she's just all over the place.
Well, she's 5. That's what 5-year-olds do, right?
But I sit there and watch the cartoons she watches, and I'm like, this generation's gonna be disappointing.
Like there's no violence, there's no action.
No, like for example, like Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, they're always beating people up and stuff, and then like the '90s Attitude Era of wrestling, like they had like lingerie matches, like Stone Cold put a gun to Vince McMahon's head. Like, that's
well, maybe it's good your daughter's not watching all that stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I felt like the 90s generation just became a bunch of savages, and probably why crime's so high. And,
I don't know.
And now they got kids watching like Coco Melon and these YouTube videos and
Baby Shark.
Yeah. And
like
everyone's,
that.
I feel like it's a softer generation.
Yeah, it could be.
Possibly. I mean, I got a girl, so I don't really got to worry,
What's that?
I got a girl, so I don't really got to worry, You got a boy and he gets his ass beat at school, you're like,
For sure.
Maybe next time you get him, pal.
For sure. Well, some of the stuff you described, I wasn't allowed to watch. I couldn't watch Power Rangers. Professional wrestling, I never really got into. My parents were kind of strict. I wasn't allowed to do the violent stuff, but...
you turned out all right,
I'm soft.
Living on Main Street.
I'm soft. It's just, yeah. I'm living on Main Street, yeah. But yeah, Ryan Rubin. So Ryan is a stand-up comedian. I was trying to think of how to describe you. Stand-up comedian, father.
Yeah.
All-around good guy.
Yeah.
Your day job, you work with cars, any sort of machinery.
Yep. Anything. It's got an engine.
Anything that's got an engine.
I feel like all the special ed kids just ended up like being mechanics or something.
Oh, no way.
Like if you go to a mechanic and he don't look like a felon or at least a little slow, like just go to the next shop.
You're going to get ripped off. You don't want to go to the guy that has like a suit on and a clipboard. That's at the dealership. That's where you're getting screwed. You want to go to a guy that knows what he's doing.
You got to go to some shady shop on the corner. It's got like one bay. Like the one dude looks a little slow. The other dude looks like he killed someone back in the day, it's going to get done right,
Yeah, for sure. I think I met you at Comedy Zone because you do comedy here in the Greenville area. You live in Anderson, right? Gotcha. But you're originally from New Jersey.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, moved down here like 3.5 years ago. Well, I met my wife in the Army, and she's from South Carolina. So when we were getting out, she wanted to move to South Carolina. And, I've rarely been in the South, and it's like, all right. And her parents live in Pickens. We ended up living with them for like a month.
Okay.
While we were trying to buy a house. And I told her, I was like, it's got to be Greenville or Anderson because I can't do nothing in between that. It's a little.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So how was it adjusting from New Jersey to South Carolina?
It's got its pros and cons. New Jersey, I absolutely love. If I could afford it, I'd live there in a heartbeat. It's a city area, lots going on. I mean, we're right next to New York, right next to Philly. You got everything going on around you. There's always something to do. There's good money to be made up there, but it's very expensive. Where down here, it's a lot slower.
Yep.
It's, a lot stricter with like, can't buy alcohol on Sundays. You can't buy alcohol past 7:00.
Sure.
Up there, they got 24-hour. You can buy beer and liquor in the same store.
Yeah.
Like it's, there's churches on every corner here. That lucky if you see like one church up there. And it's, it's different there. Everyone's an asshole up there. Everyone here is either very nice or very slow in a sense of, they've had a long line of inbreeding. like I've been to
was
a
it
gas
you who
station.
was showing us the inbreeding videos?
No.
Maybe that was Jeff.
Yeah.
Dude, inbreeding is trippy, dude. We were at the we were doing the Tuesday mic upstairs, and somebody was pulling up a YouTube video of a family that had inbreeding going on. Dude, it was the most horrifying
Was
thing.
it in West Virginia?
I think so.
Okay, someone showed me that. So someone in
Is that
the
real?
area
Is that real?
I watched some of it and I was like, yeah, they still,
I don't even know if we're talking about this. I don't even know if we should recommend YouTubing the inbreeding video.
Yeah, something
like,
from West Virginia.
It's like out of a horror movie, dude. I feel so awful for these people. They're like, they're not even fully like.
Yeah, they can't talk. They
they just make noises and like, just kind of sit there. Oh, dude.
Yeah, like.
Anyway, but the southern thing. So you said people here are nice.
Yeah.
I kind of think they are, but sometimes I don't I think they're nice to your face, but then they're not necessarily.
Yeah. That's another thing. I feel like they're very judgmental here. Where up in Jersey, I mean, I could walk around like. I was gonna say with my dick out, but now you get the charge and shit. I could be in like a G-string walking around. No one will look at you. No one will bat it. No one cares.
Yeah, I love that.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Here, it seems like, you got too many tattoos. They're like, that guy needs Jesus. Like I don't know. I feel it's very judgmental here too. And yeah. They it seems like everyone's nice to your face, and the next thing you know.
Yeah, that's a weird judgment too. If you say, "Oh, too many tattoos, you need Jesus." I mean, Jesus was hanging out with all the people that were like, I don't know if they had tattoos, but they were like the prostitutes, the tax collectors. That's if you look at the Bible, that's who he was hanging out with. He was hanging out with those people. Stop judging judging.
Yeah,
we're painting with a really broad brush here. There's plenty of nice people here too. It's not all like that.
There's a lot of nice people.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a lot cheaper to live here compared up there because. Me and my wife, we bought our house for $40,000.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
And the house that we got is $150,000 house up there. Easily.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why a lot of people are moving here. There's the real estate market here is really attractive, and it's growing.
Yeah, and it's cheap. I mean, a lot of people up north, you make stupid money up there. I mean, stupid money. And they work up there for a little bit, and then they move down here and live like a king.
Right. I know there's a lot of transplants that I've met here from New York. People coming from out west, just because the climate's better, the real estate.
Yeah,
I love Greenville, man. I'm hoping it continues.
I do like Greenville, Greenville and Anderson. I need stuff going on. I can't sit out in the woods somewhere with a neighbor that's 15 miles away. I got to drive 30 minutes to go to like a Dollar General.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I need to do something. I need to go out. I like to be outside, but outside in crowded areas where probably COVID is rampant.
Dude, I think COVID. I think we're getting past it, man. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think we're on the back nine of COVID for sure, and hopefully, but yeah, man. I think Greenville will continue to. I like how it's hour south of Asheville, right between Charlotte and Atlanta. Yeah, I think there'll be more stuff for you to be doing.
I stay out of Asheville though. I mean, I don't like Asheville. I don't like
Asheville. A little too hipster, too hippie-ish.
It's a different breed over there. I went one time. I wasn't feeling it. I got convinced to go one more time, and I confirmed. Like, I was.
What did you like about it? You're not gonna offend anybody.
The
I don't
comedy
care.
up there, like they like ban people for saying dick too much.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like for example, Dante made a gay reference up there, and they banned him from a room.
What?
Yeah, they like posted on like Facebook that this dude's not allowed to You know, it's a
Oh, dang.
different breed up there. It ain't for me. You know, I'm 100% all the time, and
Shoot, now I'm going through all of my jokes to see. They probably banned me in a
yeah,
heartbeat.
like
There's-
Atlanta is my area.
Not that I have anything that's intentionally that, but you like Atlanta better?
I love Atlanta. I love cities because no matter, I could, you know, my trashy dirtiness is, you know, it strives in cities. Atlanta, you know, even Greenville is good. Asheville though, nope.
They're a little too maybe woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that going on. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
hard. So if you had to describe your style of comedy, how would you describe it to somebody who's never seen you before?
Rated R, 17 and older show. Just
Okay.
dirty. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I just say whatever pops up in my head, and you know, I've been asked to do shows and try to be clean, and I'm 100% honest. I said, just don't. I
Make
don't
no
wanna,
promises.
No, I just tell them I'm being honest with you. I can't be clean. I can't semi-be clean. It's either if you want to book me, it's me at 100, or me,
Right.
you know, don't book me asking for me to pull back to like 60%. And I need to be 100 or I mean, you're not gonna.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I mean, do you feel like if you're just flowing off the cuff, you're being yourself, right?
Yeah, and I'm my authentic self 100%. Who I am on stage is me 100% off the stage. You could ask my wife. I'm just me. I'm trash, and I'm never steering away. I'm just
You're not trash, dude. You're a good guy.
just I don't know.
I hear you. Well, how long have you been doing stand up?
Since 2009.
Wow.
Yeah, I was.
So 11 years. Wait, no, what is that? 12 years from 2021.
Yeah, something like that. I was 17 my first time I did stand up. And,
Okay.
I was in special ed classes for real. All my stories are 100% real. So I was in special ed classes, but I was on the wrestling team. I was just a funny kid on the team and dude in school that just funny. And I got 5 really good friends up in Jersey that are like brothers to me, and they were like, "Yo, Rubin, you got to do comedy. You should try stand up." So we
Why do you think they pushed you towards that? Did they have friends in stand up? Did they
No,
just
no.
think you're funny? I think you'd be good on stage.
I think, you know, we would just watch comedy, and then they're just like, "Yo, Rubin, you should do that. And like, this is you do that to us. Like, you should try it." So we find a mic, the Stress Factory in New Jersey. It's a big club. Dave Attell did a special there
Really?
at the Stress Factory in Jersey. It's in East Brunswick, New Jersey.
Okay. And that's where you did your first set?
Yeah. And what's crazy up there, which I guess people here are, I don't know what I'm trying to say, up there to get onto a mic, you have to work to get on the mic. You either have to sell tickets for them, you have to bring people where they have to name drop
Sure.
you at the entrance, and where you're given 5 minutes here, every mic up there is 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You get 3 minutes there, and if you go 3:05, mic is cut, music. You don't get a second more. Like it's tight up there,
Sure.
and like the only places that's really like, hey, show up and sign up, are like a midnight mic in a basement of a Chinese restaurant. Like
Sure.
honestly, so it's hard to get.
So it's
time
no
up
messing
there.
around. It's hard hitting. Like
Yeah.
punchlines.
Like
Get off.
Everyone up there is just savages. Like everyone who touches the mic is so good that, you know, the people that are getting book shows are like
Super good.
Yeah, so and every mic up there is literally, you got 3 minutes, do your thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like I tried out for Last Comic Standing. I stood in line for like 14 hours. I get up there, and you know, I finally go in and they just go. And I did like 10 seconds. They were like, thanks. Like it's
Wow.
yeah. So I actually started getting, I'd say, decent when I actually came down here.
Because you were given more opportunity to.
Yeah, to actually work out stuff and not have to rush. Where up there, you're trying to fit like a 5-minute set into 3 minutes, and
Right.
and it's like once you see that light, it's like, motherfucker, you better wrap that shit up now. Don't. It ain't, hey, finish up. Hey, you got another minute. And it's like that light went off. You got 15 seconds left.
Yeah.
Before that mic's cut.
Dude, that's helpful perspective, man. You know, Matt Addy, he just moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
We had him on earlier. He's describing the same kind of vibe in Atlanta. And you may know it because you've been to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But he said it's like all bucket mics, 3 minutes and off. And he said, I mean, what made me feel a little better about kind of comparing it to here is he's like, the comics that come out, like, we'd be okay there. Kind of in a, you know, but everybody there is hard hitting, joke telling, boom, 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 boom. Everybody, there's nobody there at an open mic that's just messing around, that's not coming prepared or taking it very seriously.
Yeah, 100%.
So
like
it's
Laugh and Skull. They do, I think it's 4 minutes. I've done Laugh and Skull.
I saw a picture on your Facebook of you at Laugh and Skull.
4 minutes, and that's it. It's like 4:05, music going, and the MC is already at the stage and grabbing the mic from you.
Yeah,
like you're not even.
Yeah.
So I mean, Greenville's very lenient with the comics and comedy.
It is. I like that we're kind of a more of a nurturing place for comedy, but I also think we could benefit
kind of setting
from
people up for failure when
it
they're
is.
like,
It is.
I want to go to Atlanta, and then they do what they're doing in Greenville.
Yeah, you're like, dude, buckle up, buddy. You're gonna.
It's. It's nice, but at the same time, you're kind of setting people up for failure.
No, I know. I think we need to get some more of that.
Cut the mic at, you get 5 minutes, cut the mic at 5, like 15, and you keep it tight. And this way, people ain't getting out of like.
Yeah, if we want the scene to get better here, we do need to have some of that kind of mentality, and just more comics that are, good joke writers, things like that.
Oh, yeah. Like, so the first mic I did, Stress Factor in East Brunswick. So they said you get 3 minutes, but you have to bring 7 people that name drop you at the door buying tickets. Okay. So luckily, all my boys went, like the whole wrestling team went. We rolled up like 5 cars deep at the Stress Factor.
Dude,
So, I had 3 minutes, and I told the story of the time I shit my pants at a Barnes & Noble bookstore. I've shit my pants a lot. Like,
can you tell us that story really quick?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Well, I've shit my pants opening night of Titanic. My grandpa took me in '96 to see the Titanic. We picked some woman up. The dude would bang broads all the time, and I shit my pants opening night of Titanic.
What scene did it happen?
Oh, it was like 15 minutes in. He was pissed.
Oh, it wasn't when you saw frontal nudity for the first time?
I think we were still at the commercials. Like, he wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. We were a 3-hour movie, and he told me that he's not bringing me to the bathroom when I shit my pants.
He wouldn't take you to the bathroom?
No. He's
like,
a piece
we're
of
watching
shit.
this.
He's a piece of shit.
That's so long.
Yeah. So I just shit my pants, and I've shit my pants at a Dollar General, and I never like drove anywhere. I had a bike, so I had to ride my bike home. And I've shit my pants at a liquor store in Hawaii while my wife was pregnant. And I've shit my pants at a Barnes & Noble. And I shit my pants at work 2 summers ago.
I'm curious about the Barnes & Noble story.
So
bookstores are tricky because there's a coffee thing.
Yeah,
in there,
well, what happened was
what happened
we went to a China buffet. And China buffet don't sit good.
Dude, I love China
buffet. You eating Pussycat, and then you eating the vanilla ice cream, and then you got the a lot of mixing of stuff that shouldn't be mixed. They got pizza there, and then they got sesame chicken. You know, they got ice cream, and then they got Jello. It's a
Dude, yeah, they have like American foods mixed in. They have the pizza, they like mac and cheese. And it's unlimited, dude. I used to crush Chinese buffet.
Like,
okay, so go ahead. So you went there and then Barnes and Noble?
Yeah. I like Chinese food because, like, if I can guess the taste, like if Chinese food tastes like chicken, I don't want it. If it needs to be a taste that, you know, I don't know. I can't buy that taste in the store. You know, that's how I know it's good Chinese.
You want it to taste exotic? Like,
yeah. So,
okay.
we're leaving the China buffet, and we're in the car, and I tell my friend, I was like, "Yeah, we got to pull over somewhere because I'm gonna shit my pants." There's a Barnes and Noble, so we whip into the Barnes and Noble, and I actually like Barnes and Noble. I actually like to read, which is, you know, so I run into this Barnes and Noble, and they got the carpeted floor, and I open the door, and like the bathroom's 15 feet in front of me. I got shorts on, as I always wear, and I just took one too big of a step, and that shit just started flowing. I couldn't stop. Like, it just hit, man. I'm fucking their carpet up. I'm running into the bathroom. I'm butt naked. I'm butt naked in the bathroom, and you know, I got my underwear is just fucked up on the floor. I'm trying to wash myself. I'm in the sink with my dick out, trying to clean some shorts, you know,
dude.
And, but my boys waited for me, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they waited for me.
Are these similar friends to the ones that came out to the open mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
wrestling team guys?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, but there's like 5 friends that I really like fucked with. They were like brothers. Dude, Cody, Mike, Steve, Nick, and Rob. Mike, I don't even know if he's alive anymore. We haven't heard from him in a while. He got some Spanish girlfriend, and he just disappeared. like no one heard from him. Like he don't talk to no one no more. He got some Spanish honey, and he just fell off.
I have friends like that they get married and you just don't hear from them anymore. They're off the grid kind of thing.
Yeah,
I have friends from high school.
Like, I don't know that Spanish pussy lock you down, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be careful though. They're very fertile. You sneeze on a Spanish girl, she's fucking pregnant, you know? I'm telling you. You know, the fuck you had to pull a knife on you and shit, and
oh my gosh.
You know?
Well, yeah, I guess.
But so we show up, you know, I to a Stress Factory, and I killed it. First time ever doing stand-up, so and absolutely killed it. Like, place was erupting and laughed, so I was like...
How many people were there, so besides the guys you brought?
Packed out. Like, places, Jersey, New York, no matter what day, no matter what time, for some reason, they pack places out. It's, you know, it's like Laughing Skull, no matter what day, Tuesday night, I mean, the place is packed out.
That's cool.
So, the place... erupted in laughter. I was like, I like this. It was like a good feeling, and then like I did a handful of mics in Jersey, and Jersey just trash. They love dirty comedy.
Sure.
So I was doing good, and at that
were
point,
you primarily telling stories at this point?
All I really do is tell stories. All my stories are 100% true, and that happened, you know, happened.
So all your comedy is like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen you on stage, and mostly now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't really, you know, analyze it.
Besides like the crowd,
but it is a lot of stories.
I just like fuck with people like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to seeing you do. Is you go up on stage, crowd work, talk to couples, talk to, you know, individual audience members.
I mean, before that, I was just doing stories. But this year, 2021, I said, you know, I'm gonna just do crowd work. Something I want to do. I want to get better all around as a comic, and not just at, you know.
When did you make that decision?
Like December.
So recently, you wanted
Yeah. Because I've never really been good at crowd work. It's more just get up, tell stories, and things like that. And then I see like Brandon Rainwater get up there, and do just riffs off the crowd, and I feel like the crowd is more into it when they're brought in.
Sure.
when you got 20 comics going up back to back, just telling a story that, they get bored. They're just like, okay, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
When there's interaction, I feel like, they get drawn back into it. And I was
Totally.
And I just sat there and I was like, starting next year, which is this year, I was like, I'm just gonna do crowd work at mics. I know my stories, people heard them. I'm just gonna do crowd work. Mm-hmm. Every mic, just do crowd work for the whole year, and I want to get good to where, where you get booked on a show, do 30 minutes of crowd work, and you haven't even used a single thing of your material.
Yeah.
And now you got all your material in the back. I mean,
yeah, that's an interesting thing. I have not pushed myself in that way to focus on crowd work. It's only like dabbling, maybe even just a comment here or there, but I haven't done much more than that.
Yeah, because I mean, I've ate dick before. You bomb it. It ain't no thing. So I got the mindset now. No matter how bad it's going, just keep going. I want to get good at crowd work. If it's bad, hey, fuck it, just keep going. If it's good, it's good. Like the first time I bombed was after I'd done a handful of mics in Jersey, and everyone was laughing, having a good time. I was like, man, I'm killing it,
Yeah,
and
describe the first time you bombed.
And so I live right by New York, so I was like, time to move up to New York, I'm killing it.
Yeah, you're like, dude, I'm gonna go take New York. They don't even know what's coming. Yeah.
So, Broadway Comedy Club in Manhattan.
Yeah, I heard of this.
Is putting out a competition. You got to send them a video. It's going to be a competition to open up for one of the comics that is going to be there on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show from Comedy Central, and winner gets to open for them and stuff like that. So I sent the video in. They were like, "All right, you're in. You get 8 minutes." This is my first 8-minute set.
That's a long ass set. And how long had you been doing comedy at this point?
Probably 3 months.
Oh,
so
that's early for 8 minutes. Dude.
First time. New York City, big time club, and everyone came. Like my boy Steve, his family pretty much treats me like I'm their own. They all come out, like his cousins came, like everyone came. We load up, we take the train in New York. We got an entire tram to ourselves. That's how many people are in it. And we go there, and I 8 minutes of just eating dick, bro. Just
what didn't work? You were going into your stories, I bet, right? Were you just nervous, you think?
No. I think with New York, it's a lot of tourists. It's a lot of people that aren't. Jersey is Jersey, it's all Jersey. They like dirt.
They live there.
Yeah. Same thing with Philly. New York, there's a lot of tourists. It's Manhattan. It's Times Square. A lot of people, comedy show. Let's go to this comedy show.
You could have people from South Carolina sitting in there.
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people were ready. And there was a couple comics before me that were, they're good.
Like tight 8-minute material.
Oh, yeah, killing. And I'm sitting in the back like, I'm about to kill this crowd because I haven't bombed yet. I just thought like I'm a straight killer.
Yeah.
And so I go up there and I at the time I think who was the dude who fell off the horse, played Superman?
Oh, Christopher Reeves.
Is that who his name?
Yeah, Christopher Reeves, I think.
Yeah, so I did a joke about him, and I think I heard people boo. I said something along the lines.
Dude, I love inappropriate stuff like that, and I don't mean any offense to Christopher Reeves.
Yeah. It's like I said something along the lines of, my dad. He always thinks like that he's Superman, but I hate to tell him that he is Superman just after he fell off the horse. I think people booed it. And
that's not.
Then,
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, and then I started some girl in the crowd. I said something along the lines of, "Hey, I told you to wait in the car," or something. I don't know. Something like,
I told you to wait in the car.
It just started going down very.
Dude, that's hilarious. You told a random girl to wait in the car. I told you to wait in the car.
Yeah, because she like said something, and I was like, "Bitch, didn't I tell you to wait in the car? What are you doing?" I don't know. People, it just started going south very quick.
Dude, that's a great little rebuttal.
Right?
I'm just a bad person, probably,
Right?
because I'm thinking this is funny.
All this is funny to me. So, but with me, you know, however much time you give me, if I'm going bad, I mean, I'm riding the wave in. I'm not the dude who's like, it's going bad, I'm gonna hang it up. No, you give me 8 minutes, we get all 8 minutes, whether they like it or not. We doing 8 minutes until I see that light. We're going strong,
dude. I wish I was there, man. This sounds like the most fun experience to watch that set, dude.
And yeah, it was a
New York comedy contest. You just cutting loose, dude. Even if it was going bad, like I think that's, and the fact that you committed to the set and stayed.
Oh
with
yeah,
it, dude.
I did all of it. And
screw them for not laughing, dude.
Yeah.
I think
it was a long train ride home. It was very quiet in that tram, you know. Like everyone was all hyped,
That's right, you had to
talking
take
on
the
the way
train.
there, and then on the way back, you know. I probably didn't. The only people probably voted for me were the ones who were there.
Yeah.
And it was just, you know, how they try to tell you that it was all right, you know. You're just sitting there
like knowing they're lying.
They're just like, hey, man, it was all right, man. It was all right. And long train ride back, first time bombing. I'm just like, I don't know where I went wrong, you know. But
so were you pretty bummed out?
no, actually, no. I fuck around. I don't give a fuck. But I think it was more disappointing that so many people came out, and I was like, yo, 8 minutes, I'm gonna kill it, you know. Mm-hmm. And that crowd was silent.
Oh,
and it was silent, and
oh, the silence is the worst, man.
yeah, cause you know, and then I mean, I don't know. I had a good time.
Yeah.
Kind of like, did I tell you about Punchline in Atlanta?
You've not? No, tell me about that. I've never been to Punchline, but I see it on social media.
I don't think I'm allowed back at Punchline.
What'd you do what'd you do at Punchline?
So when I go, I don't mind going to places by myself, doing mics, you know, but like, you know, it's fun riding with comics too. So,
yeah.
you know, I hit up Punchline. They got a Sunday night mic.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was going down there, and I asked, this is when I first came here. First got here, I've been here, I don't know, 2-3 months.
So you were living here in South Carolina, and you're like, oh, I know Atlanta's close.
Yeah, like I want to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And, you know, the first handful of comics I met was Jazz, Robin,
I love Jazz.
and Logo.
I don't know if I know the other two.
They haven't really done comedy much in like the past year or two.
Okay.
But so I hit up the person in charge, her name was Lace, and I was like, hey, can I bring like 2-3 comics to this mic? And she messaged me back. She's like, no, you know, we only do like 10 to 12 people. It's Punchline, Atlanta. There's a lot of people that want on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not happening. So I, you know, tell a little lie to try and at least get 1 or 2 people on the mic with me so we could have a good time. So I'm like, I did just come down from Jersey, so I'm like, hey, listen, you know, I'm coming down from Jersey, and then I tell her like every state and city of an open mic I performed at, and instead of saying open mic, I was like, yeah, I performed all over these places. I was like, I want to bring at least like 2-3 comics with me. They killers, you know. And,
oh my gosh!
She messaged me back and says, all right, you know what? That's fine.
So you sold her this idea that you were
yes, and there was a headliner that was supposed to be there.
Uh-huh.
So we get there, and Lace comes up to me, and I guess the headliner didn't show up, something like that. She goes, hey, listen, I'm gonna have you close the show out tonight. So you're the new headliner. And
how long have you been doing comedy at this one?
Oh, I've been doing it for a while,
okay.
But this was like 3.5 years ago. And
sure. How many minutes was the headliner expected to do?
I think like 10 to 15.
Oh, okay.
And
So not a full.
but everyone was doing 5-minute. It was 5-minute sets, and then she's like, "You're gonna close the show.
Right.
You know, do your thing." So I was like, "Oh, cool. I'm closing out the punchline. Fuck yeah."
Oh my
You know,
gosh.
she did. And the crowd was very. I've never had a bad set in Atlanta, but this was the only time. It was at the time Trump just got in or was getting in, it was
2016.
It was like peak of Trump, and or Trump running and people, you know, and so the crowd was very like it was a very political moment in that crowd. Because every comic was just doing like Trump jokes, and the place was erupting. And then Logo goes up and opens up with a Hitler joke, and
It bombed.
you could tell the crowd was not into that material that they wanted. I guess you know. The political stuff to keep going, and was
it punching down at Trump like, oh, we hate this orange guy? Like,
oh yeah, it was
that
almost
was
like it was like the roast of Donald Trump, honestly.
Oh, that's not.
And so you know, Logo goes up, opens up with a Hitler joke, and you could tell like people were getting offended by the set.
Oh, F them.
Where at that point I should have been like, hey, maybe I should change my material. Instead,
did you have political stuff?
No. I don't.
Every comic makes a joke about Hitler. I'm surprised they were.
I don't do any political shit.
Yeah, good.
And, but my set, because he all his stuff is like dirty, like me, and you could just tell like the people were like almost offended by it. They were just like disgusted. Where you know I'm the only one in the back cracking up, like you know. Yeah. So you know. End of the night comes, she's like, hey, you know, you going on, and hypes me up before I even get on the stage. Your last comic of the night, dude's from Jersey, performed in clubs all over New York and Philly, and you know, and I get up there, and I just went strong, deep, hard into dirty material, and 5 minutes in, I lock eyes with Robin in the back. And her eyes are like wide open, like you might want to wrap this the fuck up.
Yeah.
And you know, like 10 minutes in, I get done. I hang the mic up. I don't even think they gave me 10 minutes. I started seeing lights at like 6, 7. I hang the mic up, and the girl, like, she didn't even make eye contact with me. Didn't even look at me, and we all agreed in the car that's probably the last time they'll ever like let me on the mic at the punchline.
Oh my gosh!
So that was.
So were you getting any laughs the whole set?
A few people, like a few of the trashy people in the crowd, but mostly it was a very political audience that I guess just were riding the political, you know, jokes that everyone was doing back to back, and then that wrench gets thrown in. That's like,
that's hard, man. Political. I don't know, the whole woke thing, and I don't like to do straight political stuff either.
No, because I mean,
I don't even think that's really comedy. I think it's more like if you're just doing stuff people are going to agree with, and you're just rallying up. Oh yeah, screw this politician, whichever side.
Yeah, and then they're going to be like, yeah,
I agree. That's not that's not even really comedy. I don't think
it's just cheap. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's why you see a lot of celebrity comics now who refuse to perform on college campuses, because college campuses have gotten really, like, they're real sensitive and you can't make any joke, whatever. Like, I think Jerry Seinfeld tells a story one time of he had a joke where I think it was like when you swipe up on your phone like a gay French king or something was the metaphor, and somebody at a college campus was horribly offended by that and Jerry was like, all right, I'm done. Like, so yeah, people are sensitive nowadays.
Yeah.
And the bashing of a political side can play.
Yeah. Like I mean, I mean,
I think everybody's thinking about politics plenty. I think not talking about it is maybe a better.
Like, I mean, the entire mic was just bashing Trump, and everyone was loving it. Like, and then you get that wrench that gets thrown in. That's like, Hitler, huh? You know, and then me.
Oh, what's the deal with Hitler?
And then me was like, hey, ain't been jerking off a lot here lately. And people are just like, what the fuck?
I thought we were talking about. Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the orange man.
Yeah, talk more about grabbing by the pussy. How that's been.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is this shit? So
anyway, well, dude, good for you for going through those experiences and going to these big markets. I love how you just have this attitude of I don't care, and you're yourself unapologetically pushing through those sets.
Yeah,
I have so many sets where I bomb, and it's like, you got to keep getting out there and doing it.
Yeah, because I mean, you're gonna have people that don't like your jokes, and you have people that like your jokes. You're gonna have a good night, and you're gonna have a night that you do bad. That, hey, you know, people ain't feeling your jokes. I mean, it's. I mean, I got to where I'm just comfortable with whether it hits or not. It's just, hey, you know, have a good time, you know.
Absolutely. Who's your favorite comedian?
Joey Coco Diaz.
Joey Diaz. You're the second person who said that. Kelby T said Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz, hands down, the dude.
When did you discover his comedy? And
before, I think, back in E-Bomb's world, like dial-up computer.
Yeah, back in MySpace world.
MySpace, E-Bomb's world. He put out a video of him doing the Joey karate. And
is that a bit or was it
he was at his fattest, and he would put on these these karate suits that barely fit him, and he would like give karate classes that were just so terrible. And I don't know.
He would teach karate?
Yeah, but he was doing it in a comedic way.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, this dude is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
And, you know, then he started, I guess, getting big, and, you know, he did Longest Yard, and
I forgot he was in Longest Yard.
Yeah.
What part did he play in Longest Yard? Was he one of the inmates, obviously?
Yeah, he was one of the inmates. Remember the fat dude laying on the ground, and he was like, don't cut me.
Yeah. Is he friends with Adam Sandler?
No, he's friends with Joe Rogan.
I know he's with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, and like Ari and all them. But yeah, I saw him a couple times do comedy. And
where'd you see him?
Murderer.
In New Jersey?
Jersey, Charlotte, Atlanta, and I mean, kills it every single time. And he's on one of the Joe Rogan podcasts, talks about, you know, another reason I love him is he don't change for no one. He's never had he's got one stand-up special that aren't, you know, he's got specials, but they're just the audio CDs that he put out himself. He's never had a special besides the one that was on CISO, and then I mean, like a year or two ago, he got like a little 30-minute special on the Degenerate special on Netflix. But other than that, he talks about no one will give him a special because they say he's too dirty.
Right.
You know, people want a certain image for comedy, and he's like, that's not me. And the same with me. I tell people who try and book me, like for example, well, I won't try. Well,
yeah.
You know, people call me up, say, hey, you know, I got a show I want you to do, you know, it'd be at, you know, so-and-so place. Do you think you could be semi-clean? And I'm straight up 100%. If I can't be 100% me, I don't want to be on the show. And it's nothing against them. It's nothing against, you know, I don't care if I'm getting paid or something like that. I can't change me. It'll mess my comedy up if you're like, hey, pull it back a little bit. Now I'm thinking too much. Now I'm trying, and it just, if I can't be, you know, pedal to metal, just do you and have fun, you know, I just don't book me.
Yeah.
Don't book me. And that's him. He's like, at that point, he's like, I don't care about getting a special because people pack out my shows. Mm-hmm. People, he's like, he's having a good time, and I'm like, I respect that. And he I don't.
I like that.
I
man.
like someone who's just authentic and like, hey,
no, completely, especially these days.
Yeah,
because I think there's so much pressure now.
Everyone's trying to
change
appease everyone.
To what,
and,
So if you're unapologetically yourself, that's rare. I think people can tell too. I really do. Like when you're on stage and you're being you, clean or dirty. I'm not saying you have to be clean or have to be dirty. Yeah. I'm just saying be yourself more than anything.
Whatever
tell.
You find funny.
Yeah, I mean 100%. 100%.
If other people don't find it funny, hey, as long
and there's different tastes for anybody. There's an audience for clean and dirty
100%.
comedians. So yeah, being true to your voice is what's most important, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like that you said Joey Diaz. To me, you've kind of like this gruff voice.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of Joey Diaz a little bit.
Yeah.
Like when you get on a roll and you're just like riffing and stuff. I can see a little bit of that.
Yeah, a lot of people said Gilbert Godfrey. And then,
oh my God! Yeah. People compared you to Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't pick up on that as much.
Yeah, I haven't either. But people I don't know. I guess because I don't know in the South, and they're just like, hey, you like that Gilbert Godfrey guy?
I saw him in Aladdin.
That loud dude. He's just yelling and.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Well, so who else do you like? Do you have any other comics that you listen to on regularly?
I like, I love, pretty much if you're dirty, I love you. Joey Diaz is my go-to number one.
I got you. Ari Shaffir, do you like him?
Ari, Bill Burr.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Old school Richard Pryor.
I got you.
Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. I love Death Comedy Jam. I love just that dirty, raw humor.
Sure.
Where no one cares. And
you know what I like too about like with some of these guys like Ari and Joey Diaz who aren't getting specials. They're not getting mainstream opportunities, but Joe Rogan still. Stands by them, puts them on, and like gives them a platform and stuff.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan hasn't really gone mainstream, outside of like signing with Spotify or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I know the dude's got like fucking 16 comedy specials.
Joe Rogan does? Yeah. Oh yeah, Joe. Yeah.
Dude puts out a lot of comedy. That's like.
But he hasn't forgotten where he's come from either. Like with
Oh yeah.
The guys are his friends and everything.
Yeah. And he still backs them, supports them. Like Ari made that joke about Kobe, and I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. That everyone dropped him sponsors. Netflix pulled like his specials. And,
yeah.
And I mean, Joe Rogan was like, "Hey, this." These are comedians. They make jokes of bad situations, and Joe Rogan wasn't like, hey, he ain't my boy no more. He had him on his podcast like 2 weeks later, and to be able to, I guess, tell his side like, hey, this is how we make light of situations, and
you take risks too. If you can't take risks, the comedy's not going to get better. You're not going to hear anything original. It's
That's what I like the cancel culture generation.
Yeah.
Well, what I love, another thing about Joey Diaz is, people feed off of. If you feed into them, they love that, and they're gonna keep going. So if they're like, oh, and we found this thing from 2002 where, Joe Rogan, said he hates people.
You should never apologize.
And then they come out like a week later. Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
You should never apologize to a mob because number one, you don't owe them an apology. If you did say something bad, you owe an apology maybe to whoever you did it to, maybe, but you don't owe a Twitter mob an apology. You don't owe your publicist. F that, dude.
Yeah,
Seriously. Seriously. Be you and do not, because to your point, yeah, it's never enough. You can never be.
And they
they'll
feed into
never
it.
satisfy, and then they'll just pile on and pile on. Yeah.
Yep. Like Joey Diaz, for example, like 6 months ago, if I don't know if you heard of it or looked it up, a clip from a podcast with him and Joe Rogan, like in like '99, came out, where Joey Diaz said, some girl sucked his dick in a bathroom at the Comedy Store, for like a spot or something, for like a spot on a mic or something at the Comedy Store.
Did he say the name of the person?
No. But everyone came out and was like, "Oh, he's a piece of shit. He, how you make people." And he came out and he said, "I don't owe no one an apology. Fuck all you." He said, "You don't like me? Fuck you." He said, "Listen, she offered." He said, "I didn't tell her you're gonna suck my dick for a spot." She said, "I'll suck your dick if you give me a spot." He said, "She offered. I just agreed and said okay and went to the bathroom." He said, "I don't know no one's shit," and you ain't hear nothing from it anymore. Everyone was like, "Oh, well, okay." Like they weren't expecting that. Like they want you to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that," and that's when everyone jumps on it and like, yeah, fuck him. But
yeah.
I mean, when you don't feed into their bullshit, I mean,
it's kind of funny. There's a Bible verse that I think applies to cancel culture. Yeah, well, the Pharisees, I think it's the Pharisees, are coming out against the guy. They're like, "Look, Jesus, look at this guy. Like, look at what he did. Like, oh my gosh, like, rebuke him, whatever." And then I think, I hope I don't have this detail wrong, but he like leans down and he's like just playing around in the dirt and he says, "All right, whoever's without sin, throw the first stone." Like the guy is subject to stoning or whatever, by execution by stoning. And Jesus just thinking from him, but he's like, "All right, whoever has never sinned in their entire life, throw the first stone." And then they all leave because nobody's perfect. Yeah. Everybody's got something in their past that could be drug up. And
100%.
It's like, you want to judge people? Be ready to be judged, mother effer, because it's coming.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really think people should be more.
When you start bringing their shit up.
Yeah, people should be more forgiving, dude. Everybody's. Gosh, I got so many skeletons in my closet. Like I could be canceled like that if anybody wanted to look. Like I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there's things.
Yeah. I mean, we all gonna die, and then what? Then move on to someone else.
Yeah, exactly. I can't stand it. I feel like it's life sucking. It's not life giving. It's like. It's like a cancer. Anyway.
It is.
So, if you weren't doing stand-up, what would you be doing, Ryan? Is there anything else you'd be doing with your time you're committing to stand-up?
I'd probably, just be turning a wrench. I don't
turning a wrench.
Yeah, because I mean,
there's nothing else like outside of stand-up. But
like maybe hobby-wise, something like that.
Sure.
Because I mean, I don't know. Probably just working. Nothing that I could think of that like,
Dude, it's funny that you have like a hard time coming up with something because I'm thinking asking this question. I ask it to other comics.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have a very good answer either. It's funny because like before I found stand up, you know how like on dating apps. Because I'm single, so I'm on dating apps. They ask, like, what do you like to do? It's like a common question. Before I found stand-up, my answers were always so stupid. It was like, I like to go to breweries. I like to, like, travel. I like to explore new places. As an adult, like, outside of work, like, what other... Like, I don't like to hike. I don't like to, I didn't really have any... Like, golfing. I golf occasionally, but I don't know, dude. Stand up to me is something really unique that I can honestly say, dude, I love to do that.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
100%.
If I wasn't doing it, it would all be BS, the other stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And just be working.
Mm-hmm.
Spend going home, hanging out.
Spending time with your daughter.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Comedy is like, is like my little getaway away from it all. Like I don't think Netflix is coming in going, "Hey, this is the dude I want to sign." I don't think anything could come from, but I like doing it, and I have a good time after. I have a good time while I'm doing it. I mean, it's just it's a good get away from me, get away from all the bullshit, and you know, I have a good time.
Yeah,
you know.
it's cool, like the friendships too that come out
Yeah.
of it. For the people that, you know, there's a lot of people that kind of come and go and stuff, but like the people that you get to know over the time,
Yeah, 100%.
it's a special thing, because I don't know if this is kind of a random parallel, but you know, your buddies that came out with you to the rest or to support your stand up, the wrestling group or whatever, like I played football growing up, and some of my best friends in the world are friends I made on the football field, like because we went through something really hard together.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I feel like with stand up, it's so hard.
Yeah,
that like you're going through a similar experience. You talk to each other before and after.
Yep.
It's easier to make friends with stand up comics.
Yeah, and hanging out too, like you guys understand each other's humor, where, you know, if you invite a couple people from work over and you're like, you know, you start popping off jokes and they're like, you know, people are like, oh, dude needs some help. This dude a little, dude not all right in the head. Where like comics, you know, everyone's just fucking around. Like,
we know
everyone has their own form of comedy. And,
for sure.
You know, everyone's just having a good time.
You could be edgier with the comics.
Yeah,
for sure.
no one's looking at you like you need to see a therapist. You know?
Yeah. Well, it is weird. Like once you have friends outside of comedy, meet your comedy friends, because I've had that overlap a little bit.
Yeah,
and it's like my comic friends. I'm like, I know you different. Like I know you on a different level just because we do it. It's different from like just friendships that are totally outside of it. And I'm still great friends with people outside of stand up, but it's like it's just a different kind of connection, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I mean, with my boys in Jersey, their humor and comedy is very dark like mine.
Yeah.
So I know. I guess it's just a Jersey thing that you know they'd get along well with everyone, but like people I work with was like, I'd be like, yeah, there's like a different connection there. Like at work, it's more like, you know, talking like
business.
Yeah, like, and just everyday banter, you know, and then you know, if you got a bunch of comics in the room, we're all like, you know, talking suicide jokes and shit like that. You know, the people I work with are probably like, this is a whole different guy over here.
Right. What are you saying? The Jersey guys, you know, that aren't comics can hang better, like with.
Yeah, 100%.
I could see that, dude. I could see like Michigan people too. Some of my buddies.
It's like a different breed of people. Like people grow up, you know, they're just savages growing up, and they get along with, you know, other people that in any situation, I guess.
Yeah,
where,
I feel like my really good friends too, growing up, like the guys I played football with, they would be people that, you know, could hang. Yeah. With a comic crowd, or just be super chill, down to earth, and be able to joke really.
Yeah, 100%.
But
yep.
Well, good deal, man. I had two more questions. What is your biggest regret in life? It's the heaviest question I ask comics.
Like, I thought about it, but like, there's none, and honest truth, that like pops in my head, because I mean, there's a lot of shit I fucked up down, but I feel like every mistake, you know, something better comes from it. Like,
totally.
There's nothing that weighs on me from the past.
That's great.
That I'm like, man, I wish I'd done this different. Like, I fucked up a lot, but everything better has come from it, to where nothing, I'm like, nothing weighs me down from the past, because I mean, past, you know, you moved on from it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
That's great.
Nothing I could think of off the top.
Yeah, no, I like that answer. You're not the only one who said that you haven't had a regret. And I think it's cool, because I don't really have a lot of regrets either. I think if you're doing stand-up, and obviously we're biased towards that because we're talking about stand-up comedy on this podcast and stuff, but you took that leap to do it, and you're doing something that's really out there and hard to do. So I feel like people that have regrets are the people that never did it. Not even just stand-up, but there's something that they didn't do.
Yeah, that they wish that they'd done. Yeah, yeah.
Because Matt Addy was on the show, and he said his only regret was not starting sooner. He's a little older. He's, I think, 35 or 36, but said, I wish I had started sooner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but Joey Diaz didn't start comedy till he was 45 years old.
Wow.
It was his first time getting on stage at 45, and I mean...
Yeah. So I mean,
same with Ron White. Ron White didn't get on stage till he was like 50. Till he was like 40, 50. So, I mean... everybody's got a different path of what took them to get them on stage. And like... But yeah, I think in general, when I think about stuff... Very rarely, even if something that I tried didn't go well, I don't regret trying it. I never regretted that. It's more like a regret about, I didn't ask that girl out, or I didn't do that thing that I thought about doing. It's really about doing it. So yeah,
that's what I like about comics. They tend to have jumped into something and they're like, screw it, I don't care, I'm doing it. So yeah, that's cool, man. I like that you there's nothing that weighs on you. That's good. So last question. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Actually, probably from Joey Diaz. Because,
yes,
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I've never really got advice from my parents. I never got advice from people. Love that. I don't know. You tend to just... grow up, find life yourself, and but Joey Diaz said one time, which I take now. He's like, if you on thin ice, you might as well dance. So I'm like, fuck it. If I'm on stage and 2 minutes in, I'm eating dick. Guess what? I might as well dance. We riding this motherfucker into the end. Fuck it. So that's
dude. I love that.
Yeah, so that's my favorite saying. In getting bad situations, hey, you on thin ice, might as well dance,
Dude, I like that as a metaphor for being on stage. Totally. Like,
right?
I'm just now picturing the comedies on stage being a little ice rink and being like, if the ice being really thin and you're just like...
Yeah, trying to tiptoe. Hey, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's dance.
Wow. Yeah, I like that because we are on thin ice, man. It can all go south any second.
Yeah, so that's my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Well, I like that. So we've been doing it over an hour. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
Before we wrap,
appreciate you having me.
Yeah, dude, it's been a blast. It was fun talking to you. So before we go, where can people find you? Because you have a podcast, right?
Yeah.
And you also do comedy here. So tell people.
So the only social medias I got is Facebook and TikTok. Ryan Rubin on Facebook, and TikTok. We're all trash. If it doesn't get taken down, because they've already gave me a couple bans. So,
Wait, so TikTok? So we're all trash is the username?
Yeah, _trash.
Is there there's not an apostrophe, right? It's just WERE.
Yep.
_trash.
Yep. So
I don't follow you on TikTok yet. I'm sorry. I haven't.
Oh no, you good? You good?
I have a TikTok, but I'm not active on it at all.
Oh,
I'll follow you after this.
You just look at all the TikTok.
Dude, I can't wait to see your TikTok. To me, dude, like you would be like a missionary on TikTok to change it from being so awful. Like the teenage girls that are on TikTok, like it's all trash. Yeah. Maybe that's why you named your username that.
We're all trash.
I just love the idea of somebody scrolling on it, seeing all this bullcrap TikTok stuff, and then they see one of yours. Like, what is this? Stuff that's actually good and funny.
Yeah, and I got a podcast, the Cereal Box Rejects. It's
love
on
the name of that.
Every single streaming site that has a podcast: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and everything. And
that's great, man.
And it's just me and my boy, and we just talk shit. We trash movies, and we find like the funniest news stories in the world and just trash them.
Dude, I love that, man. And what episode number are you on?
We just recorded 91 that dropped on Thursday. So we almost had 100 episodes.
Congrats, man. That's great.
Yeah. And Cereal Box Rejects podcast. And
dude, that's great, man. You've been doing a podcast for a long time, sticking with it.
Yeah, about 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah. And
What do you love about podcasting? 'Cause
uh,
I'm still figuring this all out.
I think more or less just hanging out with my boy. You know, we just because he's in Jersey, I'm in South Carolina, and I mean,
So you do it remote?
yeah, we used to, hang out every day, go off and stuff, and can't really do that because we're 12 hours away. So
Yeah.
being able, just hang out on podcast, we just talk shit about the week, and it's just a fun thing,
And you have like a window for the conversation to happen where it's like, to me, it's a different kind of format to where we're focused on the conversation and like not our phones. We're actually thinking about stuff.
Yep.
That doesn't happen as much anymore.
No.
I don't even talk to my friends like outside of just normal day to day.
Yeah,
on the phone a little bit, but like this format's pretty cool.
Yeah, because if I wasn't doing comedy, I wouldn't have social media. Because honestly, it's. You've done a joke about it, or you talked about it with that documentary that
I have
I
a joke
watched
about
it,
the
and
social
it's
dilemma.
true. Like
I'm
they
glad you remembered that joke.
attack your fucking brain like a drug, where you just want to always look and and I see it sometimes where like I'll be playing with my daughter and then I'm looking at the phone and I'm like, why the fuck am I looking at it?
Yep.
And at times like I just want to like just delete social media so it's not there, so it's not on my phone, or I'm not like looking at it, where I could actually give 100% of my attention to the people.
Yep.
But and then at the same time you use it as a positive side to promote shows and get people to come out and
there is a positive element to it too.
I don't know. I don't post any personal stuff on social media because I don't know. People, to me, people don't really give a fuck. They just and so I don't know.
Yeah. There's a tension there.
So
I like funny stuff. I like to share funny stuff.
Stupid memes and
memes. I like memes. Yeah,
and
it's kind of lowbrow like comedy, but I love memes, dude. I post memes on the podcast page all the time. Yeah, or my own, but
and that's it. I just. At night before bed, I'm just, that's funny, man. I'll just share it, and that's about it.
So if people want to see you do stand-up, you do stand-up at all the same places we do, right?
Yeah, I know.
At Mike's in Greenville. You go to Habib's, right? Have you ever been to Habib's?
Yeah, I have been to Habib's. I know the
Comedy Zone.
Yeah, June 1st, I'll be in Anderson at place called Doolittle's on Main Street.
Okay.
June, I think it's 19th. Me and Uncle Boudreaux are on a show in Pickens, South Carolina.
Good deal.
So that should be fun. And then the last week of June into the first week of July, I'm booked every single day in Atlanta. I try to book an entire week in Atlanta, and I pretty much got that all.
Heck yeah, man.
Booked out. So it's a bunch of different shows.
Good stuff. Well, I'm not sure when this episode's going up. The first, the early June stuff might not make it on there, but yeah, that's great, man. Well, the Atlanta stuff.
Yeah.
Come check them out, dude.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me.
All right, dude. Yeah, thanks for coming, man. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.